What's up, guys? So I'm hanging out here with the man, the myth, the legend, and the husband of Sky, Mr. Jared LaJaunie. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Excited to be here.
Are you?
Learning so much at this event.
Yeah. So guys, for those of you guys who are watching this right now, so we're at Energy. We built this like little studio thing, and Jared's like, let's do it. And I was like, fuck yeah. Can I say, you don't mind if I say
Yeah, go for it.
All right,
Yeah.
dude. I know you don't like saying stuff like that. You're good?
I feel that cursing, it can be disrespectful, but I don't mind. Like, I don't feel disrespected. Go for it.
You're good?
Yeah, go for it.
So Jared, like, listen, so we're at the event, and that's cool, but let's provide some value to some people too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, dude, you guys are building a remarkable company. Tell us about it, man. Like, just tell us about what like, how you think about things, how you do things. I mean, you're a huge visionary, man. So tell us all about it.
Thank you. Well, I mean, here lately, I'm getting big into being more disciplined and having a morning routine and just, really having my mental and being focused. But I mean, in my core thought process of everything I do, and I really try to stay true to this, is how can I help a bunch of people today? How can I help the most people be the best person? What can I do to impact people's lives to make their life better today?
Yeah.
I'm a big subscriber to that. The more people I can help, I feel like what I want will just come to me.
Yeah.
I'm more of the mindset of let me attract it and not chase it. And the best way I feel to do that is by helping other people. So I'm always looking for services or even with my customers to make it more convenient, to make it easier with my employees and just anybody I can impact in my life. And from that core process, sometimes I go into good things and sometimes not so good things because, not everybody's awesome, right?
So as you guys have built your business, I mean, outside of just business, I mean, isn't that just amazing as a person to be able to do that for people? Like to where you're like, dude, just do great things for people and things just happen?
Yeah, well, I think the most successful people do that. And
Yeah.
I think some people do it intentionally and some people, I think you do it naturally. I don't know if you do, but you do that. I see you do it all the time. You're one of the most generous people I've met. Like you do it.
So I didn't start that way. And so I started, just being a salesperson and then just going, hey, drive revenue, get bigger, get bigger, get bigger. And like for me, it didn't create happiness. Like, yeah, I made a lot of money and that was cool, but it wasn't happiness. And like, and so like for me, and I'm assuming it's the same thing for you knowing you, is like all of a sudden I just decided what I wanted to do, like from a passion standpoint. And I stopped thinking about the other things. And I stopped getting distracted. And I was like, you know what? Every day I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna try to build another pest control company or help somebody build a pest control company. And you know what? Sometimes it makes money. Sometimes I waste tons of money trying to do this. But it freaking is great and people love it. And that's the way I think about it, in all honesty.
It's the old saying, if it's not working for you, it's working on you. But it's still working.
Yeah, 100%.
It's still working.
But I mean,
Right.
so I mean, I think for you, I mean, you've started a lot of companies. You're doing all kinds of cool things. I mean, you're driven by helping people. I mean, I've known you long enough.
Genuinely,
In the most genuine way, for sure. And Sky is too. I mean, Sky is too.
Yeah.
If you're gonna start talking to people about that mindset, like how do you help someone start to think that way?
For me, it starts, I'm a Christian, right? So it boils down to my principles, and it is a Christian principle. Though I think one of your CEOs said it on stage. I believe it was the Truly Nolan, who's doing 100 and whatever, just one of the largest, most well-known brands in our country. And everybody was being complicated, all these CEOs. And of course, we got to do all the good stuff, the KPIs. But when she boiled it down to one thing, when they really pressed her, she said, it's not that hard. At the end of the day, just do the golden rule. That's what she said. And this is a CEO of a $120 million company. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yeah.
And that's simple, and that can be difficult as you're scaling and you're doing different things. And, and as you grow, expectations change, what people want from you. But at the end of the day, man, just really try to impact people and don't chase. I think you kind of said it, like don't chase the money.
Yeah.
Do the thing to help the person or because you love it or because you're passionate about it. Focus in on that thing, which can be difficult for me, as you know, but focus in on that thing and you'll actually make more money if you're not focused on just making the money. If you go into the mindset of just how I can make money, you're going to make selfish decisions because you love you some you, right?
Yeah.
Right? But if you go from the mindset of, man, how can I really help the most people today and not even be, we have to make money, obviously, but not be the main mindset of how can I make the most money. You may not make the most money the quickest, but in the long run, you will make more money with that mindset than just what can I do to make money today.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I'm glad you brought up Scarlett. So for those of you guys who aren't here, we had a panel with Dave Bradford, and Andrew Barris and Scarlett Nolan, the top 3 top 20 CEOs, and They were getting into all this super crazy metrics.
Yeah.
And Scarlett said something else that I just loved. And do you remember when we got into the complexity about route density and routing better?
Yeah.
And you know what she said? Talk to your technician. We were talking all this complex stuff because Dave and Andrew are incredibly, incredibly sharp analytics, and Scarlett is too. But she said, you know what the best way to route sometimes after you do all the efficiency to get better density? Just go talk to your technician and ask him what's best.
Yeah.
And dude, how authentic was that, dude?
It's
like,
genuine.
You know, it is.
You know,
It was
that seems to be a
awesome.
whole other theme at this conference, that all these amazing people are,
Yeah.
these are like industry giants were around here, right?
Giants, yeah.
When it's boiling down to the people.
Yeah.
Connect with your people, listen to your people. I think this guy we just met at Sela, which is like, I think he literally said your company cannot grow further than your people grow and what your team is. It really boils down to the people and empowering your people and having a mindset of helping people. That's what the giants are saying, right?
Yeah, you know, it's weird because when we put this, and you know how thoughtful we are about things, but like we put this conference together, and it took me about a year. It's been about a year of like kind of planning. And the interesting thing is that in most conferences, you go to your speakers, you're like, hey, come up with whatever you want, and they just bring whatever. Mm-hmm. Here, we were incredibly thoughtful about the theme and what we wanted to talk about, but we didn't say tie it back to people. We said energy and organizations. What do you think about that? And every freaking person, all these people from the industry, out of the industry giants, they all came in and talked about people and people and people and people. Honestly, like
a reoccurring theme.
Dude, I mean, when you go to your own conference, you're like, holy shit, I just learned a whole bunch. Like, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be a better business coach tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
I mean, you probably felt the same way, I'm sure.
Yeah, no. So for me, this conference,
yeah.
I've not been disconnected from my business, but I have kind of been stepping back and refocusing with an intention to re-enter with a refocused energy and be more impactful than even I was in the past.
Yeah.
And this has definitely re-energized me and gave me 1,000 ideals and impacted me to definitely be like energized to go back in my business and hopefully do some amazing things. It's definitely done that for me.
So what's in the future for LaJaunie? What can you share with us?
Well, LaJaunie's, as you know, last year we went into 2 new markets against my leadership's advice and my wife's not wanting to. And
which market y'all go to?
We went into Baton Rouge and the North Shore market at the same time.
Yeah.
Right. And everybody was like, why do you go and just do one at a time? I'm like, no, we're doing both right now. Right. Just because I want to.
Yeah, 100%.
No data, just because I feel like it. Yeah. Which is stupid. But we.
But is it, I mean, you just heard one of the best top CEOs in the country say he doesn't care. He just does it.
That's what he said. Now, he said, I go wherever there's people and money. And I was like, that's the best answer I could have heard. Like, go tell my wife, please. No.
I watched Sky's face, by the way. Yeah. Sky might have given you the side eye.
I bet she did. I bet she did. But for me, it made sense because the North Shore was symbiotic to my New Orleans market.
Yeah.
And then Baton Rouge is where they had a lot of people and a lot of money.
Yep.
So I was like, let's just do it. And of course, that's come with challenges. And like everybody said here, we're working on density, which is important. But you know, we're doing it. We're having a lot of success. We're growing it. And then within the next year or two past that, we're going to enter another market, probably Lafayette. And then beyond that, we're going to try to become a more regional, like a national company and go into Mississippi and maybe eventually Texas. Now,
that's cool.
That's our big goal. But we're going to try to put the right people and the right team members in place and get there. We'll see what we can do.
So just
I'll call you somewhere along the way, I'm sure.
Just let me know.
Some help.
But just to make things really fun, just because I know a lot of people watch this stuff, is I think that Mississippi is one of the most underserved markets in the country.
It totally is. You know why?
You realize we're building competition for you right now. Everyone's coming to Mississippi right now.
There's a reason that Mississippi's underserved, and I didn't know this. Yeah. But it's overlooked, first of all. And honestly, I hate to say I love Mississippi. My grandma's from Mississippi, but I think a lot of people don't have a good understanding of it. It's Mississippi. It's like Southern. But the real reason I think, and I didn't know this, but I went to take my state test for Mississippi recently, and I failed. Now, I didn't study. I just winged it, and I barely, but I was still upset, devastated me, honestly. I'm going to go back and get it. But what I found out in that process, and I didn't even know, I just showed up to take it. I didn't do any research, is the Mississippi state test to get licensed is one of the most difficult in the country. It's got like a 70% fail rate. So, like, it's hard to get licensed in Mississippi. So it's just a hurdle that deters a lot of people from going into that. It's not the reason, but it's hard to get a license there.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So I've just got one quick question, and we'll wrap this up. One quick question.
All right, go. I feel like it's a setup, but go ahead.
No, this is a good one. For you, this is a good one. I know you well enough. I wouldn't whack you with the crazy one.
All right, go.
What's your favorite food, man?
My favorite food?
Yeah, I told you, I'll give you an easy one.
It's not a difficult one. Man, my favorite food, I'm down there in New Orleans, as you know. So, I mean, a comfort food for me is like, gumbo, man. On a cold day, gotta go with the gumbo. It's what mama cooked, right?
Dude, gumbo's the best.
Food. Yeah, I love it.
All right, so I'm just kidding. I got one more question. All right, you guys ready for this question? You guys, Jared's gonna squirm right now.
Oh, goodness.
All right, so Sky probably isn't gonna watch this. You think she's gonna watch it?
You're in it. Absolutely, she's gonna watch it.
You think she's gonna watch it, or you think we'll see? Maybe we won't even tell her you're in this.
Let's not tell her.
All right, here's the next question. Jared, if you're gonna start a pooper scooper business, what are you gonna name it?
First of all, I'm not starting a pooper scooper business, but I do have a whole business plan, a name, and a whole strategy to do it. And I could, but I'm not. But if I would, hypothetically, do a pooper scooper business, I have a French bulldog named Bugsy. It would definitely be Bugsy's Poop Scoop, hypothetically.
So what you don't know, so I have a French bulldog named Binks, and so I knew his French bulldog was Bugsy, and so I kept thinking it could be Bugsy and Binks' Scoops.
Oh, you know what, man? Hey, the poop scooping business, we've talked about it. Not doing it because it'd be a distraction, but in reality, a lot of people are doing it. They're having some success with it. It's reoccurring.
We've got clients we have clients that like literally have millions of dollars in poop scooper business.
So I mean, people say it's crappy, but
it's crappy.
But it makes money for people.
It does. So, well, cool, man. I appreciate you hanging out with me, man. If there's anything you want to say, man, say it to everybody. Got anything to say to anybody, or you're done?
No, if you get a chance to come to his event next year, you should come. It's totally worth it. One of the best events in the industry. And
Awesome,
I'm just honored to have been here.
That's cool, man.
It,
Dude,
Thank you
bro,
so much,
I appreciate it.
man.
Thanks for taking a few minutes, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thanks, guys.